Hey, it's Dave from CheapWineFinder.com. And today, we're starting the home stretch for our holiday wines. Doing a lot of bubblies. You know, I don't know, with the way COVID is and everything, there's not a lot of celebrations going on, so maybe step it up a notch, and maybe not step it up a notch, but not spend too much money. And that's what we have going today for the first time. I mean, sparkling wine always makes me feel better. Hopefully you do too. And what we have going here today is the Domaine Ste Michelle Brut, non-vintage sparkling wine from the Columbia Valley in Washington, made by Chateau Ste Michelle. They're a really good producer out of Washington. They have, I think 14 Hands is one of theirs, and Columbia Press. I think they make like 50% of the wines out of there, and they're really good. They have single vineyard wines all the way down to affordable. And this is a traditional style bubbly, which means it's made the same exact way that champagne is made. Maybe not, as long in second fermentation and all that type of thing, but the same general techniques involved are champagne. And I found it for, I think, $8.99. It was on sale, but this time of year, bubbly's on sale. And it's really good. I'm going to take a little sip of it. I kind of like when I get a wine that, a $9 traditional method sparkling wine. What do you expect from that? Because in this price range, the Charmat Method, that's Prosecco method, which is they put after they ferment the wine, they put it in these huge autoclaves, these huge pressurized vats. It's a more modern way to get bubbles into wine. The traditional method, the champagne method, you put the wine in each bottle, add some sugar, some yeast, you close it off, you come back months, sometimes a year and a half more. This is probably more in the months. They don't say one way or the other how long it is. But it's harder to do it this way. Plus, you have to turn the bottle a quarter of a turn every 2 days. Now it's mechanized. Used to be heavy hands-on back in the day, and nowadays it's not so much. But it's still harder to do. So when you see an inexpensive wine that goes to the trouble of doing it the harder, old-fashioned way, it's like, yeah, points for you, buddy. So, and then what's in here? The tasting notes are vague. It says, there's Chardonnay, there's Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier, the three big grapes of champagne, and there might be other ones. They're kind of vague on that, and that's fine. The grapes come from non-vintage, different lots, different vintages, so they can kind of make it taste the same year in and year out. And it tastes great, if you ask me. I mean, it's got that acidity that I like that makes you want to go and grab another sip. And it's got just a really kind of cool flavors. There's apple, there's lemon lime, there's a little bit of stone fruit, there's that salty on-lee sensation, a little bit of grapefruit, so here's some guava, some little bit of, maybe just a touch of tropical. Yeah, it tastes great. I mean, it's $9 and it's made in the traditional champagne method. One thing I also like about them is, with the marketing information for most sparkling wines, you're supposed to be drinking this stuff wearing black tie or on a yacht or something, and they suggest you pair it with popcorn, crackers, or potato chips, which is probably way more accurate than most, that now bubbly, like 90% of the bubbly in the world is probably drank that way. I think the only time I've ever done it wearing a tuxedo was at a wedding sometime, and I've had my share of bubbly and popcorn, so yeah, I mean, it tastes great, it drinks easy, it's got great acidity, it's unpretentious, it's just, here, like me, this is a Monday, Tuesday bubbly that would work for New Year's Eve, it would work for a toast at a wedding. Yeah, I mean, it's a hit. I mean, it's, like I said, I always like wine that is more than I expect it to be, and that's what I got here. I've got some more bubbles coming up. A Cava. Cava's also made in the traditional method, and it's way less expensive, but the details on it, it's going to be a fun one when we do that next week. I mean, it's aged and it's from a single vineyard, and then we got some Prosecco that's vintage Prosecco. You might have a favorite supermarket Prosecco. Nothing wrong with supermarket Prosecco. I mean, they're just priced that make themselves stand out in supermarkets, but this is going to be a vintage Prosecco. A little bit more expensive, but a little bit different too. So keep it cheap. Hang in there. We've got more wines coming. We'll be coming with some interesting options all the way through the year and 2021 too. So bear with us. We'll talk to you later. Adios and bye-bye.